You ever done something and wondered how long have I been able to make it without this? You know, and quite simply it comes down to is that you don't miss what you don't know. But once you have something and then you figure it, then it's like, oh no, I can't be without this ever again. And this is the case with this right here. This is by far probably the best modification that you can make to a dump trailer if you get one that's not like this already. I'm going to show you. Y'all see this right here, this jack right here, nice heavy duty jack. They call that like a semi-trailer jack, okay? It's got this handle on the side right here. You can take this thing, kind of modify it, get it to where you can do high speed with it and everything like that. The thing about these is that if they're not greased, they don't work real well, okay? The other part is that if you're, say, like you got your truck and you've had to back in at an angle, well, guess what? That handle right there is gonna... So here you are, you're trying to get this thing, you know, jacked up and everything like that, and you're not able to do it because you're in such a tight quarters and everything like that. And trust me, this is gonna happen one day. You're gonna have that thing, and then you're gonna come back and somebody has moved it to help make it easier on them. You can't blame them for that and everything, but they don't sit there and think about, well, we gotta pull this off. And so how are we going to be able to get hooked to it and everything? Because guess what? That became your problem, not theirs any longer. So this is what I do in these kind of situations. You know, we always consider having to do, you know, and make something. And I've thought about, you know, taking the handle off, putting a socket well there and everything. Then the problem becomes an impact driver, you know, is hammering, and so it doesn't like to do that with those gears inside that jack. But don't fear, there's an alternative, and I'm going to show you right now what it is all about, because it's going to make a lot of things better and easier in your life. One is your drop and hook time is going to go way down. Second thing is your back is not going to be in a bind whenever there's a load and you're having to crank that jack up and everything like that. Take a look at this. Do you see what I'm talking about? That right there is a hydraulic jack. And I am here to tell you that is the shit right there. Now I'm here to tell you, you don't hear me often cuss, but that really brings the point home as far as having that jack on the tongue of your trailer. That is the shit. It is thing since sliced bread. It will make your life so much easier, and also it will end up paying for itself because of the amount of time that it saves for you. You're able to get in and out so much quicker. It's almost like having the remote control on your dump trailer. It just makes things so much easier, you know, and you're getting in and out. You're not having to worry about the, you know, lubing the thing up or, you know, making sure, because some of these dump trailers don't have a great jack on them. You know, if you pay lower price, you're going to get lower price quality and component, everything like that. You know, my cheapest trailer has been my U-dump, and don't get me wrong, that thing has dumped a lot of pounds out of it, okay? But it's got a cheap jack on it, you know? And so it can be extremely frustrating and physically exerting whenever trying to do it. Now, keep your eye on it. Oh, I gotta do the manifold. Boom, there you have it. What do you think about that? Is that not cool or what? Definitely worth the money. There you have it. That's one of the things that I do with my trailer to make it easier, make my life more enjoyable, you know. And you know, I'm not physically spent because I'm trying to crank on a jack that really doesn't want to work or anything of that nature. I'll show you this one over here. That right there is a 2015 Big Tex. You see the jack that it's got? That thing's difficult. When you got 12,000 pounds in the bed of this, it's really hard to get that thing to come up and down and whatnot. And so what you end up having to do is really crank on it. And unfortunately, these feet, if you put too much extension out and you come back and there's a load, well, then it goes all the way down on your bumper, but you can't get the jack all the way up. You know, so then you end up having to put a bottle jack underneath it, get it to lift it up, then take all the pressure off. That hydraulic tone jack just makes life a whole lot simpler. That's all it comes down to, it just a lot simpler. All right, we got a little bit of chorizo, Italian sausage, or chorizo because that's Mexican, but we got some Italian bratwurst, got some eggs. We're going to cook up a little bit, and then we're going to talk about everything that went on yesterday having to do with the dump trailer hustle. So, stay tuned. We'll be coming right back. You know, one of the things that when you talk with people, they always come to you and say, hey, I've got this idea and I want to do this, and then I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, well, what part do you bring to the table? What part do they bring to the table? What do you hope to do, and what do you hope to accomplish? And 99 out of 100, I always get, well, I don't know yet. And it's real easy for us to get distracted, okay? And the thing about it is that it is absolutely crucial for you to clearly define what it is that you need to do, okay? And it was like when the dump trailer hustle got started in my life, you know, I said, hey, look, every time I go out, it's got to be $200, make this thing happen. And so that kind of dictates exactly how it is that I'm going to be doing business. And the thing about it is that it's extremely important for us to be very specific in what it is that we want and what we want to accomplish. Unfortunately, people won't take the time to do that, and they can spend days, weeks, months, years putting forth effort that there's no reward for that. Again, we need to be clear about exactly what we want to accomplish. Tyson wants to go after that cat. He just heard that or something, so no telling, but he's clear about his goals. So go ahead and make that happen. Make sure that you know exactly what it is that you're looking for. You know, the other thing is that I know for sure that I want my dump trailers to kind of speed up as far as the amount of time that I'm on a job site when I'm dropping and hooking and then getting out of there. And jack's coming. The other 3 trailers are going to get the hydraulic jack system on them. Mayhem Motorsports is going to put those on for us. That's a great addition. It increases the value of the trailer, but the other thing is that, man, it's not killing you back. You know, years old, and it doesn't take a whole lot for me to get some extra aches and pains, and I really want to enjoy the rest of my life. And so if you can do some things to make your life easier, okay, and it's not like these cost me thousands of dollars to do. It's not like that at all. So I'm getting mine done. Think about what it is that you can do to clearly define your goals and enjoy life more.